Hello, everyone. Thank you and welcome back to my channel. First and foremost, I want to thank everyone who has subscribed to my channel so far, who has viewed my first video. Again, like I said in my first video, that has been my first ever video that really has been published out here to the public. So that has been a extremely huge big deal for me. So I do want to thank everyone for the kind words, everyone who has texted me so far to tell me, keep up the good work. So I do want to thank you, and your motivation and your help is greatly appreciated. So on to the good stuff. So now this video is mainly going to just focus on my feelings and how I felt the past couple of weeks coming into my 34th year. And it's funny, even though it's only been like a week and a half, now that I even think about it, like what was I even thinking? Like I was bugging out. You can talk to some of my friends, you could talk to some of my family members, and I really was like bugging out in my head. There was times when I was putting my phone on do not disturb, just really gathering my head because I could not believe, like, oh my god, like I'm turning 35. Um, I just felt like, oh, I'm getting so old. And there were so many things that I felt like I should have been at this stage, and some of the things I feel like I should have accomplished at 35 that was really bugging me out. And then also, society also messes with a lot of our heads. And we feel like, okay, at 35, we need X, Y, and Z in order to be happy. And that's what we initially think. And if we don't have that, or say, for example, you're single, or you don't have that job that you want, or you don't have any children, and you get a certain age, you start feeling that you are useless and you're missing something, and where did your life go wrong? And those are some of the things that I was going through the past couple of weeks. Like I was threading turning 35. But then now when I think back, when I was turning 30, I had a similar experience where like I could not believe, and I'm like, oh my God, it's the end of the world, what I'm going to do. But believe it or not, obviously, when that day came, it was just another day. It was just another day. And then really after I really assessed my life and all my accomplishments and my achievements, I said to myself, really? Really, Nai? Like you really bugging out because age is just really a number. Yeah, of course you're getting older, but it's just a number. So really, I just want this video to really be about to let you guys know that if you are feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling depressed and you feel like, oh, where did this go wrong? Where did I go wrong? Especially for us women who are 35 and we're single, or we're not in a relationship and we don't have any children, and we may want that, and you approach 35 and you're approaching in your 30s and you feel like this is the time that you should have had and you don't. I'm here to tell you that I had those same feelings, and you still would have those feelings in the back of your head, but still continue to live your life. Because what I realize is, as you're being depressed, time is still flying, the clock is still ticking, and you're being depressed and you're wasting days where you can be outside bike riding, or you could just really be enjoying nature, enjoying life, or trying to figure out your next big step, trying to plan your next trip, even though everything that's going on with COVID-19. It's hard. It's more easier now, but it's still difficult to really travel to some of the places that you normally would travel. But really, just take it and embrace it, and be thankful and be blessed, regardless of your situation. Just be happy that you reached this age, because there is a lot of people, and I know people personally that unfortunately did not make that age, 35. Or there's people who did make 35, but they might be in worse shape than you are at that current time. So I'm just here to tell you that I had those same feelings, and at times I still feel, down. But just looking back at some of the things that um, I was moping about and upset about, that, oh my God, you're 35 and you don't have this and that. It's okay. It will come with time, but just don't stop. Just continue to do what you have to do. And I know someone asked me, well, do would you want to go back into your 20s? And I thought about it, and honestly, heck no. I would not want to go back to my 20s. Not even for my youthfulness, because I think I am doing so much better now, and just really my mindset, and just really getting myself together mentally, emotionally, physically, and just really covering the 8 dimensions of wellness where I had no awareness of just wellness in general in my 20s, or maybe I didn't even care about wellness in my 20s, because in my 20s my mindset was, okay, you go to college, you graduate, you get that job, you keep getting promoted. So I really wasn't focusing on myself and who Nye is as a person. So if I really want to go back to my 20s, I definitely don't, because I mean, not only was I broke, I mean, I'm still broke today, but I was broke in a different level, in my 20s. And I'm also here to tell people who are in their 20s that, I'm sorry, that's my dog barking, so just disregard her. Um, it will time, just stay strong and stay motivated, and whatever drive and whatever goal that you have, still try to accomplish it. You will have downfalls, you will have rejections, and I had tremendous amount of rejections, especially when I was trying to get my first opportunity, my first job out of college, and I never gave up. And there was times when people told me, I can't believe you're still in good spirits, and I wanted to just quit, but don't give up. In time, if you put everything into play and work hard in your 20s, it will benefit, most likely, in your 30s. But to go back to what I was saying, no, I do not want to go back into my 20s. I feel like I am comfortable with myself now in my 30s. I know what I like, what I don't like. I know what I'm going to put up with and what bullshit I'm not going to put up with in all areas, of my life. But a lot of times when you're in your 20s, it's all about experimenting and exploring, and you don't necessarily know who you are. You might see a particular image of one person, and you might take a little bit of that person's personality and put that into yourself, and then you see a little bit of this person and you try to do that, and you're just really exploring, because you really don't know who you are and what your likes and what your dislikes are, because you're really kind of just really pleasing, whether you're pleasing your family, whether you're pleasing your friends, and just going with the flow. But once you hit 30s, you're really confident in yourself, and you say, you know what, no, I don't like that, and I don't want to, deal with that, or I'm not interested in going here. So you really come to yourself where, and you just develop a whole different level of confidence in your 30s. And I can't really explain it, until you actually hit your 30s and you realize, like, wow, like I am on a completely different level than I was, in my 20s. So I just want to let everybody know that I have been there. I've been through the struggle. I still go through the struggle every day, but just be happy and just be blessed that, you are able to make it to, this age, and just continue to strive and figure out what is your next plan, because the whole goal for us is, okay, you are this person for your first 35 years, what's your next plan for your next 35 years? So that's really the goal, is to figure out, do you want to continue to be this person, or how are you going to grow, and what are the steps that you're going to take to grow? So that's really the tips I just want to let, everyone know today, that it's okay. You would get through this, rough patch, and your mind is playing games with you, and the media is telling you this, that you should do that. Just disregard it and just focus on your life. Even if it boils down to meditating. One thing that really helped me is just really meditating daily, praying daily, just really focusing on myself and who I am and who I became and who I want to become has really helped me, in my growth. Thank you. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share.